right, y'all. So I'm gonna be showing you what I got today for this week's Monday meal prep. So from my local 99-cent store, all this stuff right here, all this is from the 99-cent store. So I got 2 jars of the you can't even see that, artichoke quarters and pieces. I got 4, well, it's 2 sets of the oblong cake pans. I got this, it's upside down. I got these diced tomatoes that are only 2 net carbs for half a cup. I thought that was great, so that's why I got it. I have an Oberto original beef jerky and a Tillamook original beef jerky. Those are going to be emergency stashes for the car. If you don't have an emergency stash of snacks in your car, you need to get you one because you never know what's going to happen. I also got this Van Holten's Tapatio pickle. When my mom came, she stocked up on them and took them back to North Carolina with her. So I just wanted to try them out and see what they, were about. I got these soft touch napkins because the other napkins that I got, although it was 160 in there, I would have to use like 2 to 3, and so essentially that brings the quantity down. So I want to try these because they seem like they're a little bit more sturdy. I got the spring mix for Joni for her lunch when she takes to school. I got this for the spinach and artichoke dip, and that is all from the 99-cent store. So now we're gonna come over here to my local Aldi. So I got 2 things of broccoli, frozen broccoli, so that way I can make the fat kid casserole. I also got 2 things of green beans, a cucumber, the cheese for Joni for her lunch. I got 2 cream cheese. The carbs on it is 2 carbs for 1 ounce. I really don't like that, but I had to do what I had to do this week. Countryside butter staple. We're gonna try out these wild caught salmon burgers. I got this idea from Just Base. Base. She's on YouTube as well. So we're gonna be using these with the fat kid casserole, heavy whipping cream staple, smoked Gouda staple, chicken thighs. Not really sure what I'm gonna do with these yet. And then I got the beef sirloin steak. With that, I'm gonna be making the what's that stuff called? What is it called? Philly cheesesteak. And I also have some mushrooms for the Philly cheesesteak. And I got Joni some strawberries for when she goes to school. And so that is about it. That is the haul that I got this week. Hopefully this video will come out right and it's not all tilted to the side, anything like that. My finger in the way. Just want to show y'all what I got once again. Oh, and I got 2 of these cream cheese. I got 2 of those. And so at the 99-cent store, I spent $8.18, and at the at Aldi, I spent $31.30. So about, $40 for all this stuff. So with that, I will show you how I do my meal prep later. All right, y'all. So I am here making the first part of the Monday meal prep, and that is cheeseburger soup. There are recipes that are out there floating around. I'm gonna just wing ding it. And so right now, as you can see, I got my Red Miss Real Salt, not sponsored, although I should be with this big old bag. And I'm liberally sprinkling this with the salt. And the reason for that is that, that might be too much salt. Well, saints, guess we'll find out. The reason why I was liberally sprinkling it with salt was because when you add the water and all of your other vegetables and stuff like that, that was my reasoning. But then I remember I just saw my bouillon. And so, yeah. So that might be a little merch. but it is what it is. And so this right here is so in here already I have onions that I have cooked down, and then now I have my mushrooms that I have put in. The mushrooms I got from Aldi, you guys saw those, and so I used 4 of these, and I just chopped them up very as you saw. I just chopped them up. Now I'm putting some liquid smoke in there. Ain't no carbs in liquid smoke. And I'm gonna mix this around as well. And so I know you guys are like, oh, it's a heat wave, big win. Big win. It's a heat wave out there, girl. I'm trying to use my Georgia accent. I don't think I'm doing it. I don't think I'm doing my Georgians justice. But the reason why I'm doing it like this is because we had soup last week. We had a cauliflower, broccoli, and cheese soup that was absolutely delicious. We enjoyed that bad boy a lot. It was so good that Joni took it to school 2 days in a row. And so I had to finish it off while she was at school, because if not, then I wouldn't have had none to eat for myself. And so we really liked it. It was really good. And then it was filling as well. And so adding some more veggies to it. This right here, I picked this up at Walmart, the riced cauliflower medley. And so what I do with the soups is I just add the rest of this in. We ate with it last night. I forgot, y'all, my trash can way over. Where the trash can at? So we ate with that last night, and so I like to put this in my soups as well for a filler. Since this is a cheeseburger soup, not really much is going to go into it except for the stuff that's in here now. So I just want to make sure that we have the opportunity outside of the fats to be good and full, because that's the key, because you don't want to be overeating. And so now I have my better than beef bouillon, and I'm gonna just use 3 heaping, maybe not 3, maybe just 2 heaping spoonfuls of this. And I also have tomatoes for this as well, and the tomatoes don't have any the tomatoes have 2 carbs in them, and so it's 3.5 servings in this that I picked up from the 99-cent store, 3.5 servings. And so with that, only having that many servings, it's actually not going to be, it's only 7 net carbs in it. So I was like, well, that's great. I did drain the juice. And right now I'm just mixing my, what's this stuff called? My bouillon, my beef bouillon, mixing this. And because I don't just want to just throw the water in there and then, it's just ploppage. And so Joni's getting water because she's thirsty. And so with this, I did not, last time we did this, I put a lot of water, and it made a lot of soup. So I really ain't trying to make a whole lot of soup. This is my K-State cup from when I was stationed in Kansas. The only game I went to, I actually worked this game, and I ain't get paid for it though. So I'm just trying to figure out how that worked. How your girl ain't get paid for working the game. So now I'm just using my garlic powder to taste, onion powder to taste, Worcestershire. Y'all know I ain't finna play with this Worcestershire, so I'm just sloop, sloop, Sloop it. I would use my mushroom umami, but how it's already set up and how it's already in there. And so basically I'm gonna get to the recipe so y'all can, skip if you want to. So I already have salt in here. I have the onion, I have the garlic powders, and now I'm putting black pepper. Yeah. So those are going to be it for right now. That's not going to be it for right now. And now I'm going to add some Italian medley seasoning. And so in here it has garlic, basil, oregano, rosemary, parsley, marjoram, white pepper, sage, savory, cayenne pepper, thyme, bay, cumin, mustard, coriander, onion, red bell pepper, and natural flavors. So I like to put enough of that in there to where I can see them floating around. If I can't see the herbs floating, then that means I ain't got enough in there. But instead of using that, I am going to use my Trader Joe's 21 gun salute. It's not 21 gun salute. It's 21 seasoning salute. I keep saying gun salute because that's just where I came from. The military, okay? And you get a 21 gun salute when you pass away. So then my little helper, she you can't see, but she got she has done cheddar cheese. She's done cheddar cheese. I think it's mild cheddar. She's done sharp white cheddar. And she has done some smoked Gouda. So this is a 3-cheese soup. And I'm going to add my tomatoes. Adding my tomatoes. Don't look like all the juice was drained up out this bad boy. So... and I didn't use the whole can. And so this needs to come up to a boil. So I'm trying to get waiting for this to come up to a boil. And then so what I use in it is I use 6 ounces of cream cheese. I'm gonna try out this Aldi cream cheese today. Never have used it before, but it's all good. So I'm gonna use that. And then I used half of the Happy Farms cheddar. I used exactly half of that. I used about a fourth of the deal. Used a fourth of that, of the sharp cheddar. Used about a third of the smoked Gouda. And so when this comes up to a boil, I'll put the rest of the stuff in there, and then I'll just put the top on and let that, do what it do. I want to see. And so yes. So I also, in these recipes, in the soups that I use, I also use some heavy. So I use heavy cream, about either a third of a cup, half a cup to a third of a cup, depending on how much broth and stuff is in here. I use a lot of cheese because I found that using a lot of cheese makes it more cheesy. So I like to have my stuff good and cheesy, good and fatty, because keto is based on fats. And I don't think it's high enough to start boiling. And so I'll be back. All right, y'all. So it is officially boiling, roiling. It's not really roiling, but yeah. So now what I like to do is just take the cream cheese and plop it in there. I'm going to take it back down. And so I like to put mine in chunks. So that way it is able to melt easier. I like to put the heavy whipping cream in for last. So as we were at Aldi today, I saw big time Alicia. I saw Lil Lun and Big Time Dane, you know. And so London was like, why do you guys, that's London's voice, why do we shop there, you know, at Aldi? And so I told her that her mom is part of the reason why I shop at Aldi, because Alicia has been shopping at Aldi, I want to say, since we've been here in California. If y'all hear, you hear the water running, I'm washing my hands because I got cream cheese on them. So Alicia's been shopping at Aldi. Her and Jennifer, they've been shopping at Aldi since we've been here in California. And so I really just got hip to Aldi whenever I started doing keto and doing these videos. And so, you know, she's essentially a huge reason why we now shop at the Aldi. And so now, since that's going, the cream cheese, I'm going to incorporate. No, I'm not going to incorporate it. I am going to allow this to melt. So I want to tell you guys what I did off camera. If you see this puddle, it's just from the transfer for the pot, okay? And this puddle right here, that's because I ain't have my little thing. I don't even know where it's at. Anyway, so I put a couple dashes of cayenne. I put some chili powder. And I put some smoked pap. Got me some smoked pap in there. Because I tasted it. And when I tasted it, I was like, it tastes off. I'm like, something is missing. So it is very important, you know, to taste as you go, because then you find out how your food tastes and you're able to add stuff as you are cooking. So, you know, tip for the day. And so outside of that, everything else was pretty good. So last week, the soup literally went for at least 3 hours on low on this back burner back here. 3 hours on low. I had absolutely no idea. I had to, because I was actually in the tub. And so I asked Joni, I was like, Joni, please turn it off. Please turn it down. And so now I'm going to add my cheese. I don't know if I'm going to do all this cheese. No, I'm not going to do all this cheese. So I'm going to do all this though. Maybe I won't. So adding that cheese, how much cheese was that? I don't know. Put your measuring cup up to the video, and then you could help me know how much cheese I just utilized. And so the thing with this cheese is that you want to make sure that you're constantly stirring, because you don't want to burn it, because burnt cheese don't taste good. And so now I see all my little seasonings coming through. You know, it's all good. They was hiding from me earlier, but now they're here. So using all that. And so that is it. I'm going to add my heavy whipping cream a little bit later. And then that's just going to be that. And so this is my version of cheeseburger soup. I used to make Reed Drummond's hamburger soup when we first got to California. And but I stopped making that. Well, I'm not making it on keto right now because you know, I can't have, you know, the big carrots and the potatoes, and you can do celery in here, but for me, I'm just like, nah, son. So this is kind of what it looks like. You can't really tell. Can't really tell, and I ain't trying to get burnt either. So that's what it looks like. And so towards the end, like the last couple of moments, I like to add the heavy whipping cream in because it gives it more of a a more velvet texture. And then with that, you know, it's more creamy too. Waiting for these big old chunks of cream cheese to go down. But outside of that, this is it. This is the cheeseburger soup. And I will show you the rest of the stuff later. Deuces. All right, y'all. So today is Monday. You know that means that it is Meal Prep Monday. And so having said all that, I ain't putting no spices out. You know what I'm saying? No spices, no nothing. We're just gonna hit this thing. And Today I am actually this week, y'all. This week, this week. I'm actually gonna be making keto crack chicken. Okay? Alright. So I'm gonna lightly season this water that I have going over here. Just with a little bit of this, if I can turn it correctly. Fresh Jacks, garlic and herb, seasoning. And then from there, I'm just going to add salt and pepper. And so, it's in my throat. Excuse me. So with that, what we'll be doing this week is Philly cheesesteak casserole. I change my mind sometimes. So it is what it is. So it'll be Philly cheesesteak casserole. It will be keto crack chicken. And I made a cheeseburger soup yesterday. Right now, what's in the oven is they're called from Keto Kesh. Yeah, Keto Kesh is her cornbread, keto cornbread. And so I found that recipe through Just Base. She is on YouTube as well. So I got that from her. And so I'll just be utilizing that information that I got off the website, off her channel. And so I doubled the recipe. Doubled the recipe or whatnot. And so I actually had to cook it longer. And this is what it looked like. So I think it might be burnt. I don't know. Don't know yet. Oh, Lord. So the keto crack chicken is going to be made using, because what I like to do is when I make a casserole, I like for the casserole to have everything that is already needed in it. I don't want to have to add anything else or do anything like that. So the keto crack chicken is already going to have in it spinach, the spinach and artichoke. Spinach and artichoke. It's going to have that. And then it's also going to have chicken. So it'll be a chicken, spinach, and artichoke casserole that I'll be making. And I'm more than likely going to have to remake these. I'm not sure if they are burnt, but they're just really soft. Because I accidentally dumped my baking powder into my, what's that stuff called? Sour cream. Yeah, so it's been an experience today. So I'll be back. All right, y'all. So I'm back. And now I am seasoning my Philly cheesesteak. Big Time Joni want me to tell y'all hi. And so I have it on this back burner on low. Because as I have said before, the ones in the front burn a little bit higher than those in the back. So now I'm just seasoning it, good gracious, with salt, black pepper. Why I got all this ketchup? This ketchup need to go in the trash. I thought I cleaned my stuff out. I guess I didn't. Garlic powder. A little bit more. Garlic powder. Onion powder. A little bit more. And then in the pan, I have, in my cast iron skillet, I have the bell peppers, yellow, green, and red, with onions. And what's these things called? Mushrooms. So I have all that, and I have it on low because I want it to all cook together. And so, y'all, I remade the Keto Kesh's cornbread. Earlier today, I made it, and I was trying to figure out what was wrong with it. It wasn't no eggs in there. So I got it from Just Basie. Bozzy, just Bozzy. I got it from her channel, and she got it from Keto Kesh off of YouTube. Not YouTube. Ooh, girl, I'm all right. She got it off of her Instagram. I don't have an Instagram, so you know. So she said it makes 7 to 9 muffins or one muffin tin. And so the ones that I pulled out of the oven, we just clean this out and we gonna reuse it. Whatever. Gonna reuse it. Spread it down good. Spraying it down good. I'm going to spray it down well. I got my keto cracked chicken. Well, the chicken for the cracked chicken going. And so now I'm going to fill this and get this stuff out the way because I can't do nothing with all this stuff in the way. So I'm gonna fill my little tins up. Yeah. So I had doubled the recipe because I wanted to ensure that we had enough for breakfasts throughout the week. But I guess I should just test recipes first and see if I like them, and then from there, move on and move out. And so I didn't do that. And so it's all good. And so just gonna fill these up. Did I spray that one? I didn't even spray that one, girl. So I'm gonna have to take that out of there. Help of Jesus. Help the Lord. So I'm gonna take that one out of there and then do the rest of these. And so you wanted to do it kind of high. Did I put baking powder here? Yeah, I did. Girl, I don't be knowing, child. So it looks like it's going to make probably about 7. That's unfortunate. I try to make enough that way we have it during the whole week. So that way I ain't gotta make, that way I do not have to make anything additional or anything extra. So I'm gonna go and scoop this out. I'm gonna scoop this out and evenly divide it. Whatever. Can't be letting food go to waste. And so then you put it in your oven for 15 to 18 minutes on 350. It was already on 350 before. Yeah, it was already on 350 before. And hold on, because I think I can get the rest of this out of here. And so we did taste it, and it was pretty good. Hence the reason why I'm remaking it. And so, we'll be back. Okay, so now I am back. I'm back now, okay? And so what I have done, I know the last time I made this and I put the cream cheese here in this cast iron skillet, I was like, bad move. The reason why I did that is because then, after you put all this cheese and stuff in here, now I'm going to have to, clean it. And so then I thought about it and I was like, okay, so what is the cast iron skillet for? Yeah, okay. Searing, got it, sure. So now I'm going to add the cheese that Joni shredded for me yesterday for the cheeseburger soup. I'm going to add that on in here. It is a mixture of cheddar, medium cheddar, mild cheddar, white cheddar, and smoked Gouda. So I just like to go ahead and get it a little melty and bubbly in the in a little deal, cause yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna clean it, then I might as well make it worth it. And so I'm thinking about adding some broccoli to this instead of trying to have something on the side like a salad or something like that. And neither one of us are really feeling it. If I add broccoli to it, then it'll make it a more filling meal. And so that's what I just aim to do. My aim is that, we remain satiated, and that means full for a while. And so, you know, that's just my thoughts on that. You know, other people might have their thoughts, but these are mine. And so I sauteed the peppers. Well, I sauteed the peppers just in the skillet with nothing in it. And then when I put the mushrooms in there, then I added some ghee to it. And so I added ghee, sorry, because I didn't want them to burn. So it's all melty. It's nice and melty. And so you don't want to burn your cheese because you can't really come back from burnt cheese. And you don't want to serve burnt cheese because it's not cool. It's not cool, dude. And so I have about, I don't know if you can see it, you can't see it. I have about 7 more minutes on the Keto Kesh's, her take on Jiffy cornbread. Did I add vanilla? Yeah, I added vanilla. I had everything I was supposed to add. But when I was looking at the original recipe, it did not have eggs on there. And so that's why my stuff was all soft and crumbly and just didn't really turn out well. So when that comes out of the oven, I'll be adding this, I'm going to be putting more cheese on there, of course. And it'll be a mozzarella and cheddar blend. And so y'all are like, Wendy, why all these cheeses? Well, saints, the reason for all these cheeses is so that way, you know, we're full for a long time. And then too, we often eat on the go. And so in eating on the go, you know, it makes it difficult. So having said all that, that's just what it is. That's just where we at. And then I'm going to be pulling this chicken that I have over here. This chicken, I'm going to be pulling it off, well, out, so that way it'll begin cooling down. So that way I can, y'all can't see that. So that way I can shred it, add my, add this, okay, this and the spinach to it, and then that'll be that on that. So stay tuned. All right, y'all. So this is what the finished version. I don't know if you can tell, but this is what the finished version is supposed to look like. Ooh, girl, almost burned myself. So that's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be golden brownie-ish. So that's what they look like. They look much more desirable. Much more desirable than what they looked before. And so can't wait to try these out. So these will probably last us, if we have one a day, you know, 7 days. And so I may end up having to make some more. I also made some sausage that I made. I cooked some sausage yesterday, and so it's already cooked because I just said it was cooked. And so then still waiting for the keto crack chicken to get done. And with that, stay tuned. Hold that thought. Hold what you got right there, big time. Hopefully I don't burn myself. All right, I didn't die. Anyway, kids, don't try that at home, okay? Don't be like me, because that was idiotic. All right, so I just came back to show you guys how I clean my cast iron skillet after putting all that cheese and deliciousness in here. So I put a couple of drops of the Dawn Power Clean, whatever, it's the blue one. And so put a couple of drops of that in there and very hot water. And so now it's on, the skillet is on. And so as you can see, the places where it's water, it's allowing it to, allowing that cheese to break up. So that way when I do actually go over there and wash it, it'll be easier to wash. Yes, the, what's that thing called? What's that thing called? Hold on, hold that thought. The dishwasher is going, because this is a real life channel. You know what I'm saying, son? So just trying to get all those bits and pieces, the major the big bits and pieces that I can get up, trying to get that up. And then, yeah, so basically that's how I clean my cast iron skillet afterwards. You want to make sure that you use a high heat, what's this thing? High heat utensil, because if you don't, it's going to stick to the pan, or it's going to burn. So how do I know? I was making a roux and I burned some utensils. And so the rubber ones are the best to use. And so as you just saw, I took my Philly, well, you can't see it because it's not on camera, but I took my Philly cheesesteak casserole out. I'm letting this come to a boil, and then I'm going to safely, with my utensils, my oven mitts, I'm going to take it over, I'm going to clean it, and then I will use this ghee to, the ghee that I got from Aldi. I'll be using that to, oh my gosh, to oil the pan. And so that's how I do my stuff. You know, I'm sure that there's better ways to do it, but that's what works for me. And so that's what I use. And so with that, deuces. All right, guys. So I am back and I am almost done. In my Tiana voice from Princess and the Frog, I'm almost there. Okay? People coming from everywhere, and I'm almost there. So, I like to make casseroles because they're so much more easier. You just heat them and you just go. So what I did in the pot that you can't see is I shredded the chicken thighs that I had. Maybe you can see it this way. I shredded it. I just used 2 forks and I shredded it. Now I'm going to throw my... I am way ahead of myself, but whatever. We'll make it work. Make it do what it do. As a matter of fact, let me go and put this over here because you don't know how I do, but I know, and I'll be done forgot it. So now I'm dumping my cream cheese in there, and I'm going to allow it to melt, just like I did with the, what's that thing called? The other casserole. The Philly cheesesteak casserole. So more than likely with the Philly cheesesteak casserole, what'll end up happening is that will be served with a salad. Because I didn't put any like there's no broccoli or spinach in it. So this cracked chicken is also going to be made with that broccoli that I made earlier. I intended to make Fat Kid broccoli. You can get that recipe from Keto Kesh, but I changed my mind. I don't want to do that because I'm almost there. And so I drained the broccoli very, very well. Yeah. So the broccoli has been drained, and I even squeezed it together to ensure that it would be properly drained or whatnot. And so I did reserve the broth from that. I think I got cream cheese on my face. I did reserve the broth from the chicken thighs. I reserved it because I'll use that for later. I didn't use all of the ranch packet yet. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this. Oh, it is so hot. Ooh. Hot, 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 hot. That was hot to the bug. I don't know what I was thinking. So I like to do it like that to break up the cream cheese mixture. I more than likely will be adding more and more broth to it. Well, its own juices. And I just, how I cooked the chicken was I just utilized enough to ensure that it was covered. So nothing extremely fancy, just making sure that it was covered in its own, covered with water. And so that should be all that I need right there to break up the cheese and to allow it to be all delicious. So I'm going to just, continue to stir till it's melted. And then now I'm going to add, I am going to stir till it's melted, but I'm going to add this whole bag of broccoli. Boom. Am I going to cut it up? Nope. I just put it in the pot. It just is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. We just where we at. That's just where we at. But like I said, you want to ensure that your that your cheese doesn't burn. So, you have to pay attention. You can't really walk away from the pot once you put the cream cheese in there, or it will definitely burn. And scorched cheese is nasty. And then your house going to be smelling like scorched cheese. So you don't want scorched cheese. And so I'm going to finish off the rest of the cheese that Joni did. And also going to be topping it with what I topped the other one with. So I got this Kraft perfect pears. It is, expertly paired. And it is the traditional cut mozzarella and cheddar. And so I got that from my local 99-cent store. And so I got 2 bags of it, and they were both, how much, you ask? $1. 99 cents. And so, you want to taste as you go. If you need more, what's that stuff called? If you need more ranch, if you need more of your ranch packet, put it in there. If you don't, then, do you. So I'm just going to top it with that cheese, the rest of that cheese right there. Get it in my little pan. More than likely, I'll just use the 8x8 square pan to put it all in there with, making sure that it's evenly distributed. I might have to use a bigger one. I don't know yet. But anyway, so that is, as a matter of fact, I think I need a little bit more broth. Because you don't want your stuff to get dry when it's in the oven, although the cheese is just going to be melting. I don't want my stuff to get dry. So I'm going to just make sure it's nice and well incorporated. I'm going to turn this heat off. I'm going to put it in my pan. Everything looks like it is mixed well. And so that is that. And so that is this week's Meal Prep Monday.